You've come to the right place, traveler.
Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and we need to talk about Phalanx and Forgeguard. So, a few days ago in one of the cooking streams, I was doing a little bit of checking out uniques, and we cooked up this Forgeguard for the Forgeguard mains in my chat. Then yesterday, I was on Paris the Pig stream, and we talked about the build. I gave him the planner, he gave me a few pointers, and improved it a little bit as well, which I'm very grateful. And we got the token, and other people with they have been theory crafting about Phalanx. They were saying that the 100% chance to use Javelin when you repose that Phalanx gives you, this line right here, it doesn't cost any mana, which is very weird for a proc, right? And we asked the devs on Discord, and Mike confirmed that yeah, this is pretty much an oversight. Basically, you could characterize it as a bug. He said that they probably will change it, but then he gave us an official answer after they talked about it with the team, and it is not going to change for 1.2, which means that while you're reposting, you are proccing as many javelins as possible, and you don't pay any mana cost. And this leads me to believe that Phalanx might actually give us some really cool Forgeguard builds. Now, the best part about this particular setup is that you can go for crit, you can go for bleed, you can go for ignite, you can go for electrify, you can do whatever you want. It is very, very flexible. Now, the version that we originally cooked was with electrify. I thought it would be cool, I thought it would be flashy with a new build so that we are proccing a lot of smites for more electrifies. This is gonna be hitting 999 electrifies in a matter of a couple of seconds, basically, pretty much. But I'm gonna showcase this build to you here and everything that I have on the planner. You can take it and you can go even further with it quite a bit. All right, let's get started with the skills here. So Javelin, we converted into Electrify, as I said. Now this makes all sources from Ignite and Bleed into Electrify, which is amazing because we have a lot of Bleed and Ignite on the build, and the stacks from this, they're gonna be really, really fast and really good. This is a lot of line penetration and also extra Electrify chance. We are getting all the more multipliers, more damage here, because we don't care about the attack speed. This is an amazing thing. With just 2 travel points here, you go 60% more damage as well. Now, we also have Siege Barrage and the Divine Throws and Divine Fury working properly with Siege Barrage now. So you can get more javelins rained down, and you can get even more additional javelins here. Usually you wouldn't go for it because the mana cost is just too great, but again, no mana cost, so you can go here. If you don't need the pierce, you might even go 2 points here. Again, this is a little bit experimental, a lot of new things, a lot of unknowns, so make sure that you tinker with it, right? A lot of things could happen. Again, we have Bleed, we have Ignite, so everything is converted into Electrify. Now, for the smite, we keep it simple. We can go Electrify here as well. Now, Ignite from all sources will be also transformed into Electrify for our smite. We get the line pen and the electrified duration and the more damage multipliers, which is very good. I originally had this, but yeah, Perry pointed out that we need a more damage multiplier, and I 100% agree. Our damage on this might be on the low side. That's why I'm saying that you can go crit, you can go ignite. This is very easy though to set it up early because of all the passives and from the Forgeguard and the Paladin tree. You don't need a lot of gear. Like you only need a little bit of elemental damage over time on your gear, and you're good to go. Your stacks are gonna be there no matter what. And later, when you get better gear, you maybe want to swap into something else. Now, for the Vengeance here, which is basically the main thing, it's one button build. You just hold it down, Vengeance, and you hit your enemies. You proc the repose. We are getting the additional repose. And this is what also procs your Javelin. All the attack speed that we can get, we do want a little bit more attack speed, probably a little bit more than I have on the planner, keep that in mind. The more global multiplier here, which is really good. Again, anything that can give us actual damage is very insane for it. We have so many less damage multipliers on the build, from the riposte itself, from the vengeance, and from all the Forgeguard passives and everything else, that this build is gonna be near damn immortal. That was my goal, and I think we will be achieving it. Now, Symbols of Hope, they are just plain incredible for this build. We are getting the +1 here, and of course we are getting the block and block effectiveness. And other than that, we have those nodes here, which is 30% electrify and 30% ignite per symbol. So we have 4 symbols. This is 120, 120, and because you will not even need to press that button very often, it's gonna be super consistent as well. We are also proccing Healing Hands as from our melee, because why not? This will give us Electrify Proliferation, which is going to be incredible. We are a melee build after all, so we need the extra clear. We are converting it into melee as well. And yeah, Perry pointed out this. I didn't know that personally, because I haven't played a lot with Healing Hands. So if we take 1 point here on the Divine Bolt, and then we take some Divine Bolt points on the Paladin tree, those Divine Bolts, they use the Healing Hands tree. So this is really good. A very strong addition. Let's check out the passives real quick. Now this is fairly standard on the Sentinel, but I do need to point out Time of Faith, because it is pretty damn amazing, especially from the 1.1 changes. So 10% health gain per Vengeance hit, which is really good, and of course mana gained. This is our mana generation from Vengeance. 5 points on the Void Knight, because you always want to get this threshold here, less void and physical damage taken. On the Paladin, we are getting the penetration, the block, we're getting a couple points on Divine Ball. You might want 1 or 2 extra here, it really depends. You might want the threshold for additional, and maybe even this threshold. Again, this is something that we need to experiment. If you need more clear, this could be very useful. Just endurance and life. We do want the Electrify and Blind Chance, and also the Electrify duration. And line penetration here, and more damage to electrified, which they will always be. Now for the Forgeguard, I do want the block and the block effectiveness, of course, a little bit of health, and this is what makes things work here. So we have 70% ignite and 70% bleed chance, which they're being doubled because we are using a two-handed weapon, the spear, and these will be converting to electrify for our javelin. So this is 280% electrified chance for our javelin procs, and of course it does help with our smites as well. Now a little bit of strength and health. We are going to take less damage taken here, which also doubles, so this is 10% because we do have more than 50% block, and we also take those points here. Now this is what makes the build with the belt a little bit of a combination here. So you have increased chance to find potions when you have used the potion. So we can start spamming our potions at a rate, and we're gonna be proccing a lot of smite. Now the thing about the belt is that every time you press your potion, you reset the limit on the smite procs from the belt, and because it's on hit and we have an enormous amount of hits, we're gonna be hitting that cap very fast. So we are spamming our potions, and on bosses you should be doing a fair amount of damage. Again, we'll see about that. Of course, less damage taken here for the overtime and a little bit of physical resistance. Forge Master's Might, so we can use shield and two-handed spear, and I'm also taking Master of Arms here. This is a frailty chance and crit reduction, although because we are gonna be blinding enemies, we don't really need that. You might want to skip those points as well at some point if you want something else. The passive tree on the Forgeguard is not perfect. If I would play this build, which I might actually do that as well myself, probably gonna change a few things, but we need to fill for the new season and see what's going on. Now, Phalanx, as I said, you need the melee attack speed for your Vengeance and the Ignite on chance. The damage over time, of course, very good. 2 LP for Phalanx should be very easy. It has a fairly low fortune potential, legendary potential, excuse me, effective level, but LP 3, it's gonna be a little bit tougher. If you are an MG, you should be able to acquire it. Now, when it comes to shields, I'm using Contest of Majasa here. It's not 100% necessary, but it is an iron glass shield. It gives you less damage over time based on your block effectiveness as well. So it's very, very nice to have. You do want tier 7 block stance, and because this is definitely an easy piece to get with 2 LP, I would go with all resistance on top of it as a second legendary affix here, because we do want resistances. Forgeguard doesn't get a lot of them, and it's a little bit of tough to do. Now, Titan Heart, of course, we want increased health and chance to electrify with line skills. We also get another 50% less damage taken, and 1 Leonine helmet. You don't even need that for the reduction, but the flat armor, of course, it's still very, very, very desirable, especially because we are losing flat armor from our Titan Heart. Electrify, you can go for extra levels. The second prefix here is open. You can go for strength. You can go for extra levels on the healing hands as well if you need them. And let's check out the belt. Don't mind the 3 LP here. The early overtime or the life is what you want. The chance to find potion might be very good. It really depends on how the build plays. Again, chance to cast smite on hit, 6 per 10 seconds, right? This cooldown resets when you use a potion. This is what's all about, and we do get increased chance to find potions from it already, and we do get mana gained on potion use as well. So our mana issues wouldn't be a problem anyway, but with these spamming potions, it's gonna become even better. Now, I do have an Orion Sun Seal here for a little bit of armor, but I don't think it is actually needed. You can just go with whatever rings. The rings are very flexible as long as you can cover your resistances. Tier 7 early damage over time is fantastic. You can also go for the new Invoker's Grasp, the prefix here, right? You can go for the Scorching Grasp here, get even more damage over time, or chance to ignite. But because we already have too much, I would only go for this if I would go for the Ignite version. The Ignite version could use 2 of those as like tier 7 and go nuts with them, right? One of the best set shard affixes that we have in the game. Gauntlets, you want exalted melee attacks with here, guarantee. Tier 7 is very, very much desirable. You could also go for a Quicksilver ring, which is very easy to get with 2 or 3 LP for the extra melee attack speed. As long as you can cover your resistance, again, the rings are very, very flexible. Other than that, just damage over time, life, and block effectiveness. You can get suffix block and block effectiveness on your rings as well to cover your block. This is already capped here. And I went for Blood of the Exile mainly for the movement speed, because we are still Forgeguard and we cannot get haste due to the Forge Master's Might, the passive that allows us to use this combo. So yeah, I do like the movement speed a lot from Blood of the Exile. You can go, it's pretty flexible slot once again, but I do like the strength and the dexterity. Or if you do the crit version, I think you will want this 100% because you scale from dexterity and strength with your javelin. Placeholder here, Solar Banner for the block chance, early on, elemental over time, of course, and javelin levels. You might even want to go with tier 7 javelin levels, but eventually you do want a code of an erased for the extra levels on your skills, and of course the extra defensive layers. Bleeding Heart, I do want a Lich into the build, and this is one of the best Lich sources that we have in the game. It also gives us melee attack speed, which is fantastic. Try to get a good implicit roll on the melee attack speed, and 2 LP with that is no problem. Elemental damage over time and life. The damage over time, the extra ones, is just for show there, right? If you get 3 LP, do try to hit that. Other than that, let's talk a little bit about the idols. I do have 2 idols for Smite. We might be hitting the procs with just 1, the maximum procs. So yeah, and also this is a different procs. Like this one is 10 times per second from the throwing attack, so this is only procs from the javelin, and these will proc from basically all of the other hits that we have from Vengeance and from javelin as well, of course. So yeah, we might need 2 of them, we might need 1 of them. Other than that, the idols are very simple. Just get your resistance is going, and fix those up. You can get a little bit of line penetration as I showcase here, and there are some cool things that you can get: downs over time and endurance, more armor, ignite on hit as well, and life if you want them. When it comes to blessings, apply ignite on hit, of course, on the Black Sun, and all resistance on Rhine of Dragons. Armor, block, and block effectiveness is probably what you want here. But if you are cap blocked, you can go for the increased percent armor and apply straight line resistance on a hit. Again, this is a very highly experimental build, but because you have some really good things with the spear, like the flat crit here, you have some other things here for crit as well, and more scaling as well, per dexterity here, so you can easily go into a different setup like that for crit. We cannot say which one is gonna be the best right now. I can tell you that this is gonna be extremely tanky, but probably a little bit lower on the DPS. We'll have to find out. The crit one definitely will have more DPS, but you can also go ignite, you can also go bleed maybe. Like, there are so many different things because they all combine together. Like the javelin tree has all of them as well. Like it has bleed, it has ignite, and because of the Forgeguard tree and mainly this passive over here, you can also do that as well on your own, right? So yeah, I hope that you have fun experimenting. We don't have a lot of Forgeguard builds, unfortunately. The rework between 1.1 and 1.2 hasn't really inspired a lot of Forgeguard builds, so I want to get this out for you. Check it out. Make sure that if you play this or if you try it, do let me know how it goes. Give me your thoughts on the comments below, and any questions or any suggestions that you might have. We might, before the league starts in my stream, maybe we'll be cooking a little bit more with this build, because we're gonna have a little bit of downtime until the servers are up. So yeah, we'll see what else we can find out. Maybe we do other versions on crit as well, and yeah, who knows. Phalanx is going to be elevating Forgeguard, finally. Most likely just for 1.2, just saying. But yeah, I will catch you on the next one. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Have a good one. Bye-bye.